Hi,
Okay.
everybody. It's Tom, K3YH, CW class right now. Turn it over to Roll. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, everybody. We're gonna. There you go. As soon as I start to talk, I start to cough. Let me share my screen with you. Just one moment. Whoops. Why did I get that instead of LCWO? Um, Let me turn this off a second. I don't know what happened there. Here it is. I can't get to the stupid control. Let me get that out of the way. Here we go. All right.
We're seeing a half of a window with the crossword puzzle in the other half.
Yeah. To move this thing out of the way. I don't know how to stop that. Let me just open it up again. This Come on. All right.
There we go.
That's a little better.
All right, off you go.
Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Sorry for that slight delay. So we're going to pick up where we were last week. Had just done the letter I. So we have a couple of long characters. First one is really easy, I think. It's the period. That's the period. I'm going to turn down the volume of my speaker. It shouldn't matter. Okay, that's the period. And it doesn't sound like anything else. All the punctuation is quite different. It has six das and dits in it. And so it doesn't sound, that is the period. Might sound a little bit like the L, I don't know. Okay, and then the next letter is an actual letter J. There's some noise there. Tom, are you hearing a noise in the background?
That's very loud rushing noise, and it appears to be everybody is muted except you and me. You have another window with some static of some sort?
Sounds like somebody's got a radio on with the noise. Everybody, everybody muted.
Everybody's muted.
Let me stop sharing. That made no difference.
It's coming from your speakers.
Yeah. Can you hear? Can you still?
Nope.
I can hear you if I turn it down, but is the noise still there?
No, it's gone. It's coming from whatever you just did.
All right. I don't know where it came from. Man, everything seems to be acting strange tonight. Okay.
It's still coming through very low. Can you turn it down anymore?
Okay.
No, roll. It's very, very bad. Can you close your browser?
Is the noise still there?
Yes, very loud. I think it's coming from one of your other windows.
Everything's off here. It just started. That's the letter J. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go to the third letter as well, the Z. Z, the J, and the period.
All right, I got the static again.
Okay, so we have the Z, and the J, and the period. The I, W, L, the P. So let's go down to change CW settings. We're going to practice on the period, the J, the Z, and I'll leave the L and the P. Trying to get ones that might be confused, and the W. We'll take out the other ones, and we'll just drill on those. Don't forget submit. And then we go up here to code groups, and we'll just drill on these, and these will be in groups of 3 in our typical setup. LWZ. Period ZZ. L period Z. JJ period. Period ZL. JJ period. JZW. WWJ. LWJ. L period period. LWZ. JZL. I think that's it. Okay, so we'll do our check here, check result. And looks like we got them all right. So this is good practice for you when you first learn a new letter. Is go back into the change CW settings and just limit it to the new letters and a couple of the other ones that you're having trouble with, and then drill on those with this 3-character test. And you can try speeding up the time a little bit too and see what happens. Now let's go back to the lessons and add one more. It's another punctuation. This is the most important punctuation actually, because this is the one that's used by hams all the time. It looks like an equal sign. It's called a double dash, and it's really used as a long dash. It's used like a break. And hams use this between sentences all the time. And they also use it when they're just stalling for time. Da, 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 da. It's just a long dash, but it's written double dash like an equal sign and called double dash because the long dash is not really available on keyboards generally. You have to type special code to get it. So it's on the keyboard as an equal sign, but some people write it as a long dash. But anyway, it just means a break. You never really need to write this down since you're copying in your head. This is just space between thoughts. The double dash. Okay, let's try some of the new ones again, listening. J. Double. Okay, now I said all the punctuation was 6 things, but that particular one, the double dash, isn't. If you want, I don't know if you want to call that punctuation or not, but we do use it in ham radio like punctuation. Okay, let me go down to my change CW settings and add the double dash to that. Hit the submit. And let's go back up to code groups. And we'll do another little session here with J, Z, W, period, and the double dash. ZJZ. W double dash J. Period ZL. Double dash J period. LLJ. Oops.
We've lost your sound again. Don't hear you at all. Nope, not there.
Hello, test. My audio is showing up here fine.
That's good, but as long as you had that LCW window open, it had died.
Okay, we're going to have to explore that on the side. Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Okay, so it's still in there, and I'm there. Okay, I'm going to go to the Morse machine. I am on the Morse machine, as you can see.
But you're not sharing.
Oh, I'm not sharing.
That's
probably why it's working so well.
There's a correlation, yes. It was working fine, and then all of a sudden, poof, your audio stopped.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. M, Mike. A. That was 2 L's. M. S. K. Now let me send you 2 at a time. ~S. IP. J period. There's 2 short ones. TE. Long playing. LP. Couple of A's. EK. Period N. Couple of K's. Couple of P's. IA. P period. Okay, now this is probably a good time. One of you wrote into me and said something that Tom has shared with you too, and I had stressed quite a bit in my PowerPoint presentation, and that is the fact that you do not want to use some of these mnemonic type systems for learning the Morse code. And what I didn't say is that many, if not all, of the Morse code teaching apps that are available for your phone are very poor in teaching you actually how to bring the code to mind as an oral thing. Most of them are trying to get you to more or less memorize what the letters are. And that's really not what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is learn the language of Morse code here. So what I suggested to the person, if they find themselves, and Tom has this problem. Tom, you might want to talk about your situation.
Yeah, I had I'm not even going to show it because
yes, don't show it.
It was purported to be a helper to learn the code by visualizing writing letters using the dits and das. And so I had this little chart, and you could look at it, and it'd be great for going very slow and you would hear da, and you would look at this thing and see letter A, and then it sort of impresses this image in my memory. And it's been very difficult for me to overcome that. When I hear dida, I don't think of the letter A. I see a picture of that little so-called helper, and it's an intermediate step that slows me down. So it's I'm trying to work on overcoming. I want that picture to go away. I'm trying to figure out how to erase it out of my head. And I know there's other systems like that where there's some little image or picture or a little ditty like we had the um, roll you the L with it, I guess, was the one, and
I don't even say it for fear that they'll.
that somebody will latch onto it.
Yeah.
So so my problem has always been that I hear the dits and das, and then I go to that little picture as an intermediate step, and I need to lose that so I can just immediately think of that letter in my head. So go ahead.
Yeah, and whatever you do, do not write down a little cheat card that where you've written down dots and dashes or dida or whatever, and then because you want to,
There's another little tree too. Like one dit is an E and one da is a T, and then it has two dits, or
right,
a dit and a da, and it goes back left and right. Don't ever look at if you see that, like turn it off quick.
and when you're learning, I know many people will write down a little card or a little piece of paper the letters that they know so far, thinking I need to know this so I can go back. Well, no, you don't want to go back. You don't want to look at it. Go back to your LCWO, and what I would suggest, what I've suggested to try to wipe this out. I'd be interested in if any of you are having this problem, that you tell me if it works. I'm going to do a share again. I'm going to bring up LCWO, and oh, I didn't share my sound. Let me see. Okay, share sound screen. Okay, so real quickly, here's LCWO. So if you find yourself having this problem, here's the suggestion. What we want to do is we want to wipe out this connection. So let's say we hit start here, and so you start to look that up. Don't look it up. Just hit the space bar and make it do it again, and don't let yourself look it up. Make yourself keep. As soon as you feel you're going to a lookup table or to a mnemonic or something, hit the space bar until you say, oh, period. Then hit the period. That's another period. Okay. Another period. Okay. Oh, A. Okay. Now maybe that just trying to stop yourself from thinking about the picture that you learned or the note on your page, but do not look it up. If you don't know it, well then just skip it. You just hit enter and you'll go to the next one. It's better to skip it than to look it up and get it right, because getting it right by looking it up is not helpful. In fact, it is hurting you, because you will start to rely on that letter being looked up, and you have no time in real copying real Morse code to look up anything. So you have to just skip it and say, all right, I know what I missed. It tells you, the red up there tells you what you missed, and you can make a note of that. You can write down a letter A and say, I'm going to drill on that letter because I know I miss it. So that's my advice to you as far as getting around this lookup table. Plus, the Morse machine is a great thing for speeding up your synapses to go from the sound to the letter. So again, if you can't type too well, that's a disadvantage, and that's why I think learning to copy in your head is the real secret here. And we can do that by using the technique that I told you about, for setting up your practice text and for your code groups, where we set up the speeds to be 10 effective words per minute, character speed 22, and extra word spacing of 4. And then if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, either speed up the effective speed and or speed up or reduce the extra word spacing by 1 and try again. Okay, any questions? Any comments?
There's something I want you to cover next week when you start out about the scoring, but we'll wait for that because we're over time.
Okay.